So, welcome back. It's been a little while once again, and today I want to share some wonderful insight with you. I want to discuss the topic on feeling stuck with the past, and we'll look at forgiveness, compassion, acceptance. So, I've got some ideas and techniques and some information that may help you to release your past in a powerful way. So if you want to grab yourself a drink, because I'm going to have a little chat for a little while with you. So just, sit back and relax and maybe get some pen and paper as well. You might want to jot some of these ideas down. What I discovered many years ago, and I felt it within myself, I saw it within people, if you were stuck and you couldn't move forward, to me it felt like being stuck sort of elevated me. It made me feel like I couldn't move. And I recognized in the elevation that it was literally like that. I was hovering. I wasn't grounded. Not in my whole life, just in certain areas that I was feeling stuck in, that I couldn't move forward. And part of the problem is that denial can be a good thing, I agree, and it can not be so great. Like, it runs its course and you need to recognize when time is up. So when someone's feeling stuck, or they're stuck in the past, or they can't forgive someone, or they can't release them, you will find that you will hover. And it's like a denial. It's like, something's there. I just want it to go away, but it won't. You won't do anything about it. You won't acknowledge it or find a way to accept it. So you hover. So you don't really go anywhere. In fact, you go backwards. So what I want to share with you is some powerful information and some techniques to understanding what forgiveness is about, who's it for, how you can unstick yourself, how you can become unstuck, how you can move forward, and, just hitting on compassion as well, and acceptance. So if you could just imagine there's something that you are uncomfortable with in life. It could be anything. And generally it's showing up from your past and it's presenting now. Or it could be something that's just presenting now. Either or, it doesn't matter. So if it's not a big deal, it's sort of, we can just brush it aside and it kind of can fix itself, or it's just not a big deal. But if it's something that keeps coming up, resurfacing, it won't go away, it's because it wants you to deal with it. And if you don't deal with it, the energy just gets bigger, because the energy just begets more energy. That's how it works, okay? And it can do it all on its own as well. And it's surfacing for a reason. So when there's something that you're wanting to release or shift from or give forgiveness to, or whatever it is, you have to first acknowledge it. So if you can just accept it is what it is, so step into it, okay, and just accept it is what it is. And I say this to people, and I say this to my clients: acceptance is not agreeance. It's not saying you're agreeing with what someone did to you, or you're agreeing with, I have to just accept it and then I'm stuck with it. That's not what the energy is about. It's about accepting it is what it is. We're keeping you separate, accepting whatever happened, not pulling yourself into it, but just accepting it is what it is. The moment you do that, your feet will plant onto the ground, and now you can move forward. So it's similar to, if you're not really doing anything about it, your wheels are just spinning, okay? When you accept something for what it is, which won't be forever, it's just for now, it's just acknowledging it, then you get the rubber, that's where the rubber meets the road, and you get that traction, okay? Same kind of thing. But you feel it in your body. You feel you can move now. Whereas before, it's like you can't make any headway or motion forward or movement because you are not grounded. And so to get grounded with it, you have to just accept it is what it is. No matter how bad something is, just accept it is what it is. Okay, it doesn't mean you're accepting it and that you're going to settle. It's a way to get the ball rolling so you can move forward. And you can do that by some self-chatter, by writing it out. You know, this thing that happened, well, it happened because blah, 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 and it is what it is. And I can't really change it now. Like, you need to ramble a little bit within yourself or write that out. So there's also a sense of relief and some lifting off when you go into an acceptance of something, okay? And again, I'm not suggesting accepting means you're agreeing with it. Accepting means it's going to stay with you. That's not the kind of energy I'm talking about. I'm talking about just accepting it is what it is, where it is, and it is what it is. And when you do that, your world does open up in massive ways, okay? People don't want to accept some things because they feel like then they're stuck with it. Same with people don't like to, you know, appreciate what they have or enjoy what they have because they feel that is that going to be all? And it's like, no, that's not how energy works. The more you appreciate, you know, whatever is in your life, the more you get of that. The more you don't appreciate it, the more you don't like it and don't want it, the more you get of that. So that's how energy works with you, because you are the energy. So if you're feeling stuck with something in your past, you can write down, okay, it is what it is. And just see how that feels for you, and then see what else comes to write out some more. Now, I just want to move on to forgiveness with all of this as well. Again, if you need to forgive someone or yourself, it's really hard for a lot of people, because people feel like if I forgive that person, then I am condoning what they did, or I'm agreeing with it, or accepting what they did is right. And that's not actually true. Firstly, forgiveness is for you. So if you can imagine, you know, I like to explain it like everybody's walking around on this planet in their own bubble. Literally, the energy that goes out from you, you have an energy presence, you have an aura, an auric field, you have an energy field. And depending on how you feel, could be quite small, depending on the day, could be quite large, could be in between, whatever. So you have to recognize the energy you're putting out, the way you're thinking and feeling. Often, if you can imagine you're in a bubble or an egg, that's reverberating back to you, flowing back to you, flowing back to you. And not only is it flowing back to you, but you're lining up with other people of likeness that are feeling the same, and it's flowing. You're having an interaction. So if you're putting out, I don't want to forgive somebody, I don't like what they did, I can't forgive them, it's not going to affect them so much, it affects you, it affects your energy. So, and the way you know that is by the way you feel. How does it feel to not forgive someone? How does it feel to have this issue that's going on within you as to why you can't forgive them? Now, remember, I want to correct myself there. Forgiveness is for you, not them, okay? Forgiveness is for you because it changes the way you feel within yourself. You feel more peaceful and calmer. Now, sometimes it's really hard to forgive people for what they did, but I'm going to go next level and show you don't actually have to forgive anybody, okay? And the reason why I say that is when you understand the laws of the universe, that, there's, your energy is what you are a creator. That's the first law. That's the law of creation. Okay. You are creating your own reality. You're thinking and feeling, and whatever's happening in your life, it's coming out from you. It's your expectation. And, you may be doing it consciously and consciously. Some people are doing it. They are living their life quite unconsciously. They're not aware of what they're putting out is coming back to them. So if you can look at everyone as playing a role, And you don't want to drive yourself crazy and do it every minute of the day, okay? Just generally speaking, everybody is playing a role in your life, even how you feel about the world, because we all live in different worlds because it's how we perceive. So we've all got different perceptions, which gives us all different realities. So if you can look at every single person is playing a role, and how you interact with them is what you are connecting to with them, what you summon from them, what you expect from them. So if you are someone who, let me give you an example, who keeps having friends that use you, or and you just keep finding that you seem to do more and they're not as interested, or something like that. Let's just take that one for an example. You just have to look at how you feel with relationships with people. And when you do that, you can see it's my relationship with people is that I feel that people take from me all the time. As an example, okay? If that person is feeling that, then that becomes a part of your experience, becomes a part of your frequency, your energy. It is a vibration within you. So your expectation, because you never change it, is you always have friends that use you or take from you or whatever. You could use another subject of having a run of bad girlfriends or a run of bad boyfriends. So everyone is a mirror to our world, and you don't want to drive yourself crazy with that either, because some stuff just happens that has nothing to do with you. But if you start to see patterns, you have to say, what is it within me that I continue to notice this about people? Or what is it within me that I need to do some inner work or healing here, because I seem to keep attracting it? So when you start to understand there's no need for forgiveness, it was a coming together, an attraction. This person is teaching me something, and equally you are teaching them something. And when you can get above, when you get up and above, you can see that and have some broad view. So you need to step back. You need to say, I want to step back from this, or I want to get an aerial view, take my time, and you'll start to see there's a bigger picture going on here. So the fastest and immediate way to do this is, what am I learning from this experience? What is this person teaching me? Okay, you're teaching them too, but that doesn't matter. It's what you are learning from the experience and what they are teaching you, because you're living your life and you're on that receiving end of it. And when you start to understand, oh, it's making me better at this. Oh, it's making me have more boundaries. Oh, it's making me recognize I deserve more, I value myself. That's what it's done for me. Then what you're doing is you're getting up above, and now you're heading into a space where you have better understanding of what's going on, and you can get into compassion. So you can, from that space, you can look and say, that person only knows what they know. They were just doing the best they could with what they had. That's accessing the compassion state. Now, if compassion's too strong a word for you, you could call it something else. Maybe enlightenment, that could be too strong as well. But if you can, you don't have to forgive anyone, okay? You don't even have to forgive yourself. You just need to allow and lift up and see, what's the bigger picture here? What am I learning and discovering about myself? What is this teaching me? When you do that, it changes everything, becomes a game changer. So just to recap, if you're feeling stuck with something in the past, or something, it's happening now because everything is now, or something's showing up now and you just can't seem to shake it, step into it first and say, okay, it is what it is. Okay, because the moment you do that, then you have stepped into it and accepted it for what it is. Doesn't mean you're agreeing with it, doesn't mean you're accepting it forevermore. It just helps you to have some movement now. You've grounded yourself. And so Then you want to move into, you don't even need to find ways to forgive. Forgiveness is just about looking at it from a place of compassion and recognizing, but you've got to get up there and away from it to access that. Because there's nothing to forgive. It's looking and saying, you know, well, I was just doing the best I could, or this is the learning for me, or this is the learning they've probably learned too. That's going to help you really release some of that. And I want to move into growth, and, you know, I want to feel good, and I want to feel that love for myself, and I wish that for them. So that's really a fast track way you can move and release quite easily. Now, it may happen all at once. You may have to go at it a few times or every day a little bit, but it will get less and less. It just depends on how strong it is and what's going on within you. So I'm going to, yeah, come. Okay, I'm going to quickly pull a card here before my dog starts barking at something and just see what we get. Okay, come here, come on. You know what they're like, they get excited about everything. Let's just see. Okay. All right. That one, I might pull another one because that's not quite accurate for. I'll show it to you, but let's just have a look here. Just a bit of fun to pull some cards. Oh, root chakra, ground and center. Quite beautiful card. So the root chakra is your base root chakra that represents, you know, in your physical body, grounding to earth, feeling stability, having a roof over your head, you know, basic needs, having money, family even. But it's if that's not stable, it's going to affect all the way through, okay? And also, if you're living out of your base root chakra, if you're living sort of in survival mode, you will feel that as well. You're living down in that survival mode, you know, not enough money, don't have not certain about a roof over my head, not sure about work, instability with things, maybe even family. Obviously not all of those things at once, hopefully, but the base root chakra is quite powerful. And if you don't have those things in place or feel safe and stable, it does affect you all the way through. Now, the other one I got was the Star Seer. These are quite beautiful, these cards. They're called Beyond Lemuria. Quite cool. But Star Seers, so that's, when I just look at that, that's really about someone who can read energy, whether that's future, present or past. So I didn't really think that that was quite relative to what we're talking about today. Maybe it is for some people, so that's why I want to show it. But and you'll find too, like base root chakra with past things, it will affect you feeling stuck. So if you've got stuff that's not shifting and hanging on to it, it stops you from moving forward. And the base root chakra is also connected to your hips, you know, and mobility and moving forward. So if you've got lower, like base root chakra down right there in the spine, lower back problems, or you're feeling like you just are not quite flexible or can't move forward in life, or if you've got hip problems, some of that has got to do with, you know, feeling stuck in the past. So I hope this has been helpful. I wish you all a wonderful week, and I'll pop in again, you know, when I feel the call. So enjoy. Bye for now.